Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
We're good. What's happening in the music business?
Well, obviously, everyone's talking about Bobbi Kristina right now. It's really like a Shakespearean tragedy. The fact that she died the same way as her mother, and we really did see her grow up through reality TV, and Whitney would bring her on stage, and it's really sad to see someone, go through the entire arc of their life and end up this way.
Mm-hmm. Don't you think it's weird, though, like you're saying, the Shakespearean tragedy? I mean, has anybody said it could be suicide for her to die that way, the way her mother died? I mean, how weird.
It absolutely could have been suicide. I mean, she was going through a lot of issues, supposedly being abused by her boyfriend, which is one reason that police are investigating him, was known to drink heavily. But there actually have been reports that she is, even before her mother died, she had a habit of drinking and then taking a bath, which is obviously not a great thing to do. So whether it was intentional or an accident or even foul play, it's just a tragedy either way.
We're on the line with Alex Gale from Billboard magazine talking about the death of Bobbi Kristina Brown. Now, we still are wondering, was it her boyfriend? Were they married?
Yeah.
What is the deal with those two? What was the deal?
Most reports are saying they weren't really married, but that is something that we're going to find out soon because, sources say that the Houston estate right now is at $20 million, and if they were married, that $20 million would go to her boyfriend / husband / whatever you want to call him.
Right.
So I think that's going to be parsed apart by lawyers, but most reports are saying they weren't truly married, that they called themselves married sort of to prevent a unified front to the world.
Because Whitney Houston's entire estate went to Bobbi Kristina, right?
Yes, it did. Well, it didn't all go to her immediately. It was, I think she got a tenth of it when she was 21. She was going to get another chunk of it when she turned 25. So she doesn't have all of it yet, and Bobbi herself didn't have her own will. So right now the remaining money is going to be distributed through Whitney's wishes if it doesn't go to Bobbi Kristina's next of kin. So it's really going to be a lot of people kind of trying to stake their claim in this, presumably. If Bobbi Kristina is not married, then she is her next of kin is Bobbi Brown. But because Whitney's will was made before Bobbi and her divorced, that kind of complicates things a little more. There's also Whitney's mother and Whitney's brothers, so there's like a lot of people, all of whom don't really like each other, who may be lawyering up very soon if they haven't already.
Now, did Bobbi Kristina ever have any musical intentions? Did she have an idea for a career or anything along that line that you knew of?
She did. I mean, she kind of grew up partly on the stage. Her mother would bring her up and have her sing when she was very young. And then supposedly a few days after she died, she was scheduled to go to L.A. and start recording, and she had been writing and practicing. So she did have intention, supposedly, to carry on her mother's legacy. I mean, that's obviously huge shoes to fill, but it's really sad that she never even got a chance to try.
Well, I guess it is. I mean, I did see her sing a little bit on television shows and nowhere close to what Whitney had going on for sure. So I don't know if that's, I mean, it's hard for a child of a parent who has that much talent to ever even think that they could come close. And I'm sure that's part of what the issue was there. And the fact that both her parents were extremely involved in drugs for most of her life.
Right. I mean, and it was all on television. That's one of the really sad things. If you remember that television show, Bobbi Brown, this was in like the Wild West of reality shows. If you look back, the way reality shows are now, with everything sort of scripted and you can't really tell what is real. This show seemed pretty darn real. It was really cast them in a really very raw light, the entire family, and especially Whitney, who we had kind of still had on somewhat of a pedestal. That show really brought her down from it and showed the issues that she was going through.
Right.
And to have like, these horrible moments in your life be broadcasted to millions of people and immortalized like that, that also must have been really tough for Bobbi Kristina.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, that's why I'm against the reality TV.
Yeah.
But anyway,
they were pioneers.
Alex Gale from Billboard magazine. Now, Alex, you got any info that you want our listeners to check out? You have a website you want them to go to, or?
Absolutely. Billboard.com. We have all the music news up to date. We have our charts. and we will be on top of this Bobbi Kristina story for the entire week and until it keeps going on, which, like I said, will probably be for a couple years. So Billboard.com is where you got to go.
All right. Great. Thanks, Alex. Great talking to you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.